Alrighty. We are rocking and rolling here. Make sure we got everything set up. Looks like we do. All right. So we got a couple plans for today. The first is we finished a lot of the extreme reactor stuff offline. So I want to walk through sort of at least briefly what I did there. So you guys can see that. And then once we're done with that, did I put my Morgan in here? That's a little weird. We may have to look for that. Where on earth would it have gone? Does it have a slot? I'm gonna have to go back and look. Anywho, for now, let's take a look, because I want at least the first part of the video to show what we did for extreme reactors over here really quickly, and then we'll move on from there. So, yesterday we finished building this gigantic dude, and it is, I mean, it's massive. It's ridiculous, it's absurd, all of those things. What we didn't finish doing yesterday, once we got this build, was actually using one of these reprocessors. So, okay, here's the joke. Here's the joke. Why do fish live in salt water? Why do fish live in salt water? I'm very curious. I'm excited for this, actually. Because Pepper makes them sneeze. I hate that makes so much sense. It is dumb. You were right, it is dumb, but it is very funny as well. I honestly, it's pretty good. I like it. I give you at least a 5 or 6 out of 10 on that joke. At minimum. So yesterday we finished building one of these reprocessors, and effectively all you have to do is put a solid in there and then add a fluid, and it reprocesses it into some other solid. So we took, well, this was for uranium and plutonium that we had made, but basically you need the fluidizer to turn the export of your reactor into a liquid and put it in here. Gonna pop it into. Thanks. You have a good one. So yeah, like I was saying, we got the cyanide. We put it in here. We liquidized it, which then went into this guy here, this ender tank, which took the plutonium we had, the cyanide we had, and turned it into whatever the purple ingot was. Purple ingot would then come up to the top up here, and we would liquidize this reactor's export with plutonium in it, which was like electrum or something like that. And we would put that into this reactor right here. Gave us the ludicrite and whatever the fluid was that we got from liquidizing, I think plutonium, or maybe one of these. Anywho, this radiculite is exactly what we needed to put in here with the rossonite to get one of the key things that we needed. And to make rossonite, all we had to do was have 2 solid injectors on a fluidizer and output verdium into a reactor. You output the verdium into a reactor, it turns in to rossonite, which then we pump over to this guy right here. And to make the 2 blocks we need, we just take some of the ludicrite export, which is that light pink block, put it in the top here, and then you take some benite, BOI-nite, something like that, something close to that. And you put it in there as well, this stuff right here, bentonite. And that gives you the 2 blocks that you need for the reactor part. So, since we have that done, we're going to go ahead and make that. So the Inanite is what comes from the light pink block. And then The bentonite is what makes this insanite ingots. And then you have that block for the extreme reactors, which is the last piece you need to finish up. Oh wait, that is wrong. I need to craft that into the philosopher's fuel. Let's go ahead and do that. Right there, you. Philosopher's fuel. All right, so we have another piece of the Altamont Star. We're down to 2. We're down to 2. And even more than that, we're down to 2 specific items. There are only 2 items that we are missing in total for being able to make the Altamont Star. And one of those items is antimatter, so we're going to need to work on that. And the other one is a precision mechanism, which comes from create. And that's the one I want to focus on most today, because I think it's the most attainable as far as like something that we could actually make pretty simply. And I say that because I've got a tutorial on how to build it up on the side. So that's what we're gonna be starting with today, and that's why we have the deployers and all the chests here. So I suppose we might as well go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with, well, I know I'm going to need power from behind it. Let's do this. I'm going to jump over here. We're going to probably set up power right there, just like that one is set up. Let's put the chest there. It said we need 2 stairs in front of it. And we're going to need some blocks to make this look pretty. We're going to use some dark stone probably. Grab our stairs real quick. So based off the tutorial I'm watching, it wants it something kind of like that. And then, yeah, a couple extra on the side. Making sure I've got enough room to work with here. Because I think technically this is the output, so there's going to be 2 there, and then 2 more here. So we're going to want, yep, 1 more platform there. We are also probably going to have to build out at least a little bit more behind it, because we're going to need to provide some sort of like a power to it. Part of me wonders if we could steal power from our already set up thing, but we probably, I mean, it wasn't that difficult to make. Now that we have something we can copy as well, I bet it'll be even easier. All right, so let's get started.
Process. Now, at this point, all you have to do is hit that lever once, but with the setup, guys, it activated on run through that. Believe it or not, you have a 20% chance. This is gonna be the items. It's gonna be about. Now,
you know what? We might as well do that. He gave a complete item list. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through that complete item list. We're going to make all of the things. I know I've got all the chests I need. I was going to say, there's no way that range stays after I sleep, right? We definitely need a dropper. Don't have one of those. Grab one. All right, we got our dropper. Content observer. Content. I'm starting to think this may be. When was this? It was only a year ago. Create mod 0.50.
Welcome, we are going to check for boom is Lloyd a creative most of you guys A2 of you guys, there you go, in there, and start off with little cogwheel. Make sure you only place one because then it screws up the system.
Okay.
Also, we'll
What's
need
up, honey? How's it going?
the power source in the back. So you can see it turns it into a small cog shaped. Now you add one of them and another one of them.
Okay, that seems relatively
You just
easy.
keep copying this process, guys. We shall go through.
We may not even need... Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm just watching a video on the side of how to make this thing that we're trying to make here.
Then you can actually use.
So, let's see. Grab a steam engine, I think. I'm sorry, Justin. First of all, I'm sorry that you don't forgive me. And second of all, I'm sorry that I forgot you. All right, are we square now? What are those things called? Let's go see. Basically, what we're gonna do for powering this thing is we're just gonna copy exactly what we have here. So we need 2 mechanical pumps, some fluid pipes, and fluid tanks. Mechanical pumps. Missing a cogwheel. All right, we got those. How many pipes do we have? 2. You're definitely going to need more pipes than that. Those are these guys. 6 ought to be enough. That'll give me 3 for each. All right, here, Justin. What if we did this? Everybody else's name is in blue. What if I put yours in red? Make it stand out even more. Is that better or worse? Slash, are you more inclined to forgive me now? A water bucket. We got all the blocks we need, so we just need to make a little space for it now. Grab those guys. That one there, that one there. We're going to fill this guy up with water. Just like that. We are going to need to make sure we leave 4 blocks. We want one away. 4 blocks right there. We're going to put the tanks up on top of it. So, move that. Let's go grab the fluid tanks really quick. Fluid tank. Are these guys. Well, ain't enough to make 2. Probably gonna need a couple more than that. Alright, some barrels. 1 barrel. What do we not have enough of? Planks. I don't have enough planks. It's odd that I'm as rich as I am and wood is always the one thing I'm running out of. You would have thought I would have set up some auto crafting for that a long time ago, but you would have thought wrong. I'm pretty sure these are the correct fluid tanks. I'm almost positive. Then we're going to need some campfires. Use the soul ones because they're better. Do this. Got it. I'm not sure. Does this one have glass? What do we do differently here? Oh no, it's the same thing. All right. I'm not gonna worry about it then. Mechanical pump. Mechanical pump. We place them both the wrong way. We could do that. I don't know. I mean, do we place the pipe? Yeah, I think we do the pumps directly in. I'm going to grab the wrench so we can actually turn it. Wrench. Got it. Oh. What did I break it for? That's not what we wanted. I do want to break that. Because I'm doing it sideways, I need to do it straight on. That's right. Okay. We got one of them in. Both of them are in now. I did last time because we came through this one far. We put this one in close. Can't I see the bottom? Thank you. Got it. Is that right? That's exactly what we did here. So theoretically, that should all be correct. Then we need to go through, remove all these, put campfires underneath. And then we will need something to kickstart it. So steam engine's still going to go on the front. And then campfires underneath. You can probably get rid of all of this. Because I know I don't need it anymore. Because there's a much simpler way to do this. There's that. Okay, so this is now set up basically to provide power. The only thing we'll need to do is get it kick-started with a hand crank. From there, we could... I don't really want to use all three deployers. I think I just want to use one. So, I think the deployer needs to be turned from the side. So what we might do... But I think it has to be one further forward, right? Yeah, because this is all one forward. Now this is two forward. And the actual mechanism that is right here. So we need to go here to here. So this is the one that gets turned. Then go our deployer down. And theoretically, that should, maybe, it might work. How hard it's going to be to get it to move up, I don't know. Let's grab the deployment table. What's that called? Create that guy. We're definitely going to want a hand crank. We will probably need some of these, some of those. Let's see what we can do here. So we need to connect a shaft to the end of that, like so. This guy, so it needs to be turned there. So we could just bring it down a couple levels. That might be the way to go. I think we just bring it down a couple levels. And then we deploy it directly into the side of that. But that is going the wrong direction. So let's do this. We build up to, well, maybe just one. Place that down. I think that's correct. I am pretty sure that is exactly opposite of what we wanted to do. I could not have been more backwards. Let's do this. We break it. Still not it. I think to be able to do this, I'm going to be like directly underneath it. No, that's still going backwards. What the heck? I need to place it up against something? We're gonna figure out how to place this eventually. So that goes out. Or they keep going into my backpack. That goes out. I think you can, if I do it from the side of this, can I see where it's gonna go? No. All right, let's do this then. What if I put it in there? Hey, we got it. Okay, we got it. Okay, so there's that. So hand crank should kickstart power here. Hopefully. Oh, except we are going to need... We need the gears to connect it here. So let's break that real quick. We need 3 small gears at least. So we're going to search and filter by create. Grab 3 of these small cogwheels. And take it all back over there. I forgot. You have to have that so that it turns the pumps. Contraption is overstressed. I don't think the deployer takes too much. Maybe it does. Maybe. They're moderate. Okay, let's just get it spinning first. Oh, that's why. I wish I wouldn't have shift clicked. You're so close. There we go. So now... We rolling? We rolling. Okay, so if I put the deployer back in there, this guy. Actually, let's do this one further away. That way we can have room. Hey, it's all good, man. How's your day? How are you? And I'm sorry that you're sick. Sad to hear that. To have the flu, wish you luck. That's not fun at all, man. I'm sorry. Okay, we've got that. Now, I don't honestly know. No, it's working. Now it's just upside down. All right, let's get this thing to flip the right direction. I think I have to face this way. Put it there. All right, we've got it. Oh, that's why. So it's going to be too high. Good, just kind of in pain. I'm going to try to build some more. Hey, that's cool. That's fun. I mean, I guess you got something to keep you entertained, I suppose. Let's do this. We're going to break that block right there. We're going to put the deployer right there. So, next, let's break the rest of this. And then on top, we're going to place a chest, which we already have. This may be the most complicated way to go about doing this. I'm not sure. But hopefully it's at least effective. So I'm going to need 5 of each of those. Ah, the bing bongs. How are y'all doing? Did y'all convince anybody to play CS2 or Valorant? What are we looking for here? Cogwheels. Need 5 of these guys. We're gonna need... Actually, we're gonna need at least 2 more. I think it takes those to make the big ones. Sure does. Doesn't necessarily have to. Alright, 5 of those, 5 of those. Nah. Okay, was it Andrea that was done playing Valorant? Was she just done? Because I could see that. It sounded like that. Iron nuggets, we got them. Okay, and then we need gold plate. Gold plate, gold plate. I don't have any gold plates. I don't. Let me make sure precision mechanism. I want to make sure that that's what I need to use there, that gold plates are correct, because if I get too far into this and I'm doing the wrong thing, I will be upset. It is a gold plate. All right, we got the gold plate. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set it on there. And then in the chest up top, put one of those. Please work. Please work. I think it's too far down. I think it has to come up one. We're going to turn this on because otherwise it's going to fall. This guy right there. Gold plate. Should have a cogwheel. Valorant sucks. It's still not doing it. Why is it not doing it? It has everything it needs. You know what? I don't think it does, actually. I think we need something to make sure that it goes in all the way. What is that? This guy, a chute. Okay. I'm going to set one of these on top. I think they function very similar to what do you call them, a hopper? So put that there, put a cogwheel in. Got it. All right, so this is what we have to do. Where's the other cogwheel? That. Those. So, open that up, put a large cogwheel in. Put an iron nugget in. Small cogwheel. Large cogwheel. And an iron nugget. We have to do this 5 times. And, at the end of it, there's only an 80% chance that we get what we want. So we may have to do this whole thing again. Luckily, it's actually not that difficult. I think that one. There we go. Got it. We hit the 20% chance you don't get it. Lovely. Lovely. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. We played the odds and we lost. Alright, 5 of those. Five of these. And we just need 4 more of those because the one that broke gave us it. We gotta have a gold plate too. That is so unfortunate that we try to do it and it breaks the first try. Where's our gold? There it is. And then we need a hammer. Got it. We're gonna throw the gold plate on there. Like so. And we're gonna start at the top again. Same thing. I will say, once I watched a video on how to do this, it made a lot more sense and was way less complicated. But it's still, like, kind of time-consuming, and the fact that we missed it on our first try, it's a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. kind of like glitched out on that second to last iron nugget. I wasn't sure if it had gone. All right, give us the correct thing this time, please. Got it. All right, so we've got the precision mechanism, which is important because that was our second to last thing we needed. Check this. Nice. Before we had the entire Mod Star built. If we go to here, we're looking at the Nexium emitter. We have two things left here. The mechanical arm is done. Which means, if we take a look, in the Nexium emitter, the only thing we have left is the gravitational modulating unit. And in there, all we have left are 3 antimatter pellets. Go take a look at the only other block we have left here. It's the improbable probability device. And the only thing we need there is 2 antimatter pellets. So in total, all we need from here on out is 5 antimatter pellets and we're done. We have the entire Mod Star, and then we can blow the world up. That is the entire plan. That is all we need. So there's no time like the present. So for antimatter, it comes as a liquid. You need a chemical crystallizer, and we're going to work backwards on this a little bit. So let's look at what it takes to make this chemical crystallizer. Steel casing, easy. Easy, easy. For these ultimate control circuits, we need 2 of them. 2 of the elite, 2 of the advanced. So we'll go ahead, and I think we have enough of those made where we can craft all of them. So from this, we should have everything we need to make that chemical crystallizer. Yep, got them. Let's craft the chemical crystallizer, which is what we're going to have to move the antimatter into in order to crystallize it. Got it. I don't think we necessarily really need it right now, but we're going to go ahead and plug it in anyways because, you know, whatever. There's really no reason not to. And we can always move it later on if we need to. So we have the mechanism to make the pellets out of antimatter. Means now we need to figure out how to make antimatter. Which is the supercritical phase shifter, but in order to do that, you have to have polonium. So we're gonna work back just a little bit here. So you put polonium in. I know it's a big like multi-block structure, but I doubt we actually get to making the supercritical phase shifter today. We're gonna focus more on how to get the polonium first. Will not decay out of a radioactive waste barrel. So let's start with trying to make some of these guys. Maybe just one of them for now. Let's see how that works out for us. Looking at polonium, which we just need one of these for. 2 of the elites is going to be easy to make. So we don't have to go through everything. Let's look at this. These guys. I still don't know exactly how we're getting radioactive waste yet. But I'm hoping that's not too difficult. I don't know if I really want to set up like a specific location for this. I'm kind of running a little short on like space. But solar neutron activator, so that's there. So basically all we have to do is get that thing nuclear waste, which we do through a fission reactor, biofuel or water, and fissile fuel, output steam and nuclear waste. I need to figure out, or chemical oxidizer. Oh, that's just if you already have the combs. Sodium, fissile fuel, superheated sodium, and nuclear waste. None of that's really bad. Let's see. So it's casing for it. Is there a mechanism book? Mechanism. I'm not seeing a book. Let's do this. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. While I do that, I'm also gonna look up how to make a fission reactor. So, y'all hang tight, and we're gonna do that. All right, we're back. So here's what I'm thinking. I think it may take way too long to make a fission reactor, just based off of what I'm seeing. It looks like it's incredibly difficult. I'm just gonna double check real fast to make sure that the process I'm seeing here is correct, because it does look like it is correct. It also has the chance of nuclear fallout, and so we're definitely not building that here. Even though, like, long term, the plan is to blow the entire thing up with a nuke, I don't think we're gonna do that here. So, mana liquidizer. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Here, we're gonna look it up here and see if we can. Looking for fission reactor, and we're just gonna search for just that fission reactor Minecraft mechanism. Fission reactor. You know what? That's not that bad. So if we go look at it, fission reactor, chamber, that's not it, core, that's not it. We need port for sure. Yep. All four of those, and a bunch of the casings, honestly. So I suppose there's no time like the present. I do have some lead, but probably not a lot. You know, we can make a lot, though. Let's grab our hammer. Because we are going to need a lot of those casings, depending on how big we decide to make this fission reactor. I also fully do intend to put this in the mining dimension, at least. I mean, we have to change our chunk loading a little bit. I have to make a steel casing for each one of those. Definitely don't have enough steel for that. But that's not hard to make. That's very easy to make. And those are going to be a little bit more complicated, but that's just a basic chemical tank. Yeah, that's not going to be too bad. We're going to need a lot more steel, so I'm going to go ahead and get on that. We'll do this one. We're done with all the create stuff, so I'm going to put all of that back in there. Nope. Don't need those. The iron dust back. I think that means I'm going to need to make some more hammers. There's that. Add the sticks. We're going to probably make a full inventory of hammers here, just so I don't have to worry about it. We're getting very close to the end. But I would like to just not have to worry about making those. So we've got as much of the casings as we can for now. Let's make steel. This, that. I don't know how much coal I have laying around. Probably not enough. Is this coal essence? Skystone essence. We have a bunch of coal, but we probably should have, you know, made it into actual coal instead of coal blocks, because we auto-crafted all of it and then just pulled the seeds up and didn't worry about it again. Alright, so we need steel casing, which is going to require steel, steel dust, craft it. Bunch of steel. Here we go. Throw it all in there. So once we're done making all this steel, really what we're going to have to do is figure out how big we want this fission reactor to be. The one I'm looking at is 5 by 7. It seems like a pretty decent size. So we probably will go with that. So we're going to make, I think, 2 stacks is what we're going to start with of casing. And then we're going to work towards making the port. Should be very simple and straightforward. But it makes 2 ports as well. I don't know if you need a port for input and a port for output or not, but let's take a look. Oh, so this is how you make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 by 5. Using a configurator, that's not hard. Input coolant, input fuel, output waste, output heated coolant. I mean, that seems pretty simple and straightforward. Now, what is that? I should have stayed in there because I do need to see. I need to see what that glass is. Understand conceptually how to build it. Not worried about that. Edges must be casings. Got it. The walls can either be casings or glass. We're going to do casings because I don't care. Fuel assembly blocks inside. Each a control rod assembly. Okay. So I probably want another set of ports. Based off of what that was saying, it looks like we're going to deal with an input of coolant and fuel, and then an output of both of those as well, which would be a total of 4 ports. So we got those. From there, we know we need the fuel rod assemblies. It's going to be, oh, that's just a lot of osmium. Surely we have some more of that. We actually really don't. We have some, but not a lot. Not as much as I thought we had. We should probably have enough to get us through what we need, though, because what I'm seeing is that you can do a 5 configuration in there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 tall. And it looks like it's got 5 on the inside. So 4 times that's 20. I don't know how many these are made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8, right? 4, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we're gonna do a little different configuration. Actually, we're gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna need the pick. I was trying to see if my Morgan was in there because I can't seem to find exactly where it's at. But I do know that's what we're gonna need for now. And basically all we're gonna do, I know I've got a pretty decent cave here. We're gonna go down here and we're just gonna grab some osmium and then come right back up. Because I don't need a lot of it, and it is usually everywhere. That's zinc. Looks very similar. Prosperity, lead. That's what we're looking for right there. Right? Yep. Got it. How much we get? Enough for now. We slash home. I'm not even going to bother turning it into dust because I don't think I'm going to have to worry. Run it all through there. Jump back across. And we're looking at these guys. I don't know how many I made. Basic. You have 15. So that's 20. Should be correct. Make these. 20 of them. Okay. So we got the fission fuel assemblies. Now we're going to need the blocks that go on top. Which is something like a rod controller. These guys. So we're going to need 5 of them. Got 5. There. Craft it. Okay. We've got those. Let's go start setting this up because I think we're getting pretty close to having all the blocks we need. We may not quite have everything, but we're certainly pretty close to having everything. So I think I'm going to go with the same one he did. 4, so that's 5, 6, 7. It looks right. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 7 tall, including the top. So it should be that. Yep, and then 6. 6. Except made it too big this direction. Almost had it, we just miscounted. So once we have this built, we just have to figure out how to get water and then biofuel to it. And then we can probably just set up whatever the refining process is for the biofuel to make it into polonium right next to it. And then we may even set up whatever we need to take the antimatter and put it into the chemical crystallizer here as well. Like, I see no reason why we don't just do all of that in the mining dimension, just so that we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so that one is actually going to be a control rod. This one, this one, and that one are not. So the process we're looking at is this. And we're going to do that up by 4, 5. I think 4. 4 is what I had counted. Not sure. I think the rod controller things have to be at the top, but the top may be different than the extreme reactor ones, because that's what it looks like in the picture. Can I do anything with that? No. So then we just case over it, I think. Man. Not what we were looking to do. Oh, that's right. I had to break one and put it in my inventory. I thought for a second there I'd miscounted. I was like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way I miscounted that. Okay, we got that. Let's do this real quick. I know we can. We can ponder this and make sure we're doing this right. Close. I don't want to replay. I got the edges. Yeah, so it does have to be locked in. Then we're going to do 2 ports there, 2 ports here. There's some sort of a controller somewhere. Or is it just like an in-out thing? Glass walls, 4 casings. Fuel rod assembly with the thing on top. All that we got. We're good there. Okay, that's it. That's all it wants to show us. Finish up the casings here. And then, because it didn't say anything about a coolant actually inside of there. I'm not gonna worry about it. I mean, we may not have quite enough casings. We're gonna be really close though. We got 15. Do we have any in here? 14. Yeah, we have enough. All right, it works. So it's set up correctly. So theoretically, all we should have to do here is pump our coolant and our fuel tank full, and then the heated coolant comes out and our waste tank comes out. Now, my problem is I know the waste tank is going to be easy to do. There's a configurator as well. We definitely want to grab that, because I want to make sure that we have this thing configured exactly how we want it prior to actually firing it up. We don't have it. That is a pipe wrench. Configurator. That is exactly what we want, and that should basically instantly charge up, right? Oh no, we turned off hotbar charging. Forgot about that. No, we definitely still have it on. Yeah, there it goes. How much energy does that thing store? Maybe it's got like a cap for how fast it can charge or something? That's going really slow. Okay, I don't know what yellow is. I don't know what blue. Okay, output coolant. Output waste, output coolant. And then these are just inputs, and I can input either one. Okay. I'm starting to feel pretty good about this. So let's go back to what we're trying to really make here, which is this. We need nuclear waste from that, which is the fission reactor. We need fissile fuel, which we need to figure out how to make. And then we need water. That's going to output steam, which we just need to have something constantly pulling that out. And the nuclear waste is going to be really easy, because we want that pumped directly to whatever that other block is we made. We want that pumped directly to this guy. We're going to grab him. We're going to grab a flux point if we have one. 3. We're going to make sure he is plugged in and powered. Do we have pipes on us? No. So we're going to grab some pipes and a wrench. These guys. And then we head back. So we want to set this up as close to it as possible, because there's really no reason not to, based off of what I'm seeing. So those are in. That is our nuclear waste out. We set this guy right here. We're going to set up the pipes to run directly from that to directly right there. Grab our wrench, make sure that's working correctly. Now the steam, I'm not entirely sure how we want to do that. We could basically just make a really big tank and just have it all go into a tank. I mean, I don't... Technically speaking, I think it comes out as a liquid. So as long as there's liquid going in and liquid going out, we're fine. So we could just like take this and yeah, I mean, kind of a little bit of waste of time, but we'll do it anyways. Head back here. And then for the second output, just throw that tank down and put all the steam directly into there. Everything I'm seeing and everything in my brain says that right there should work as far as outputs go. So then we have to figure out inputs. So it takes a very substantial amount of water in order to get the nuclear waste. 20,000. How much does this thing hold? That's empty right now. I have an infinite water bucket. What I think we might do is just make another one of these ultimate fluid tanks, throw it here for water, and then use my ultimate water bucket just to fill it up. We also could use a router with the water bucket to constantly keep it filled. That might be the biggest brain thing I've ever thought of. Let's try that real fast. So I want to make, let's see, fluid tank. Do I have any? I do, but they're full, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's search for fluid tanks here. We're going to make one of those ultimate fluid tanks. Which fluid tank for these guys? There's basic. I really hope I don't have to make anything for these. I don't. That's so inconvenient. All right, so now I've got an advanced one. Elite, we should have enough of those. The one I'm worried about is these guys. We got them. Okay, we got another ultimate fluid tank. So here's what I really want to try. I want to try the router, right? We use the router with an activator module in it. Activator module. Basically, we're going to try to mimic exactly what we have set up for the mystical agriculture farm. And hopefully, the way this is going to work is we're going to point it directly at the tank. And it will use my infinite water bucket, this guy, to constantly keep the tank full. That's what I want to do. That's my big brain play that we're going to try to achieve here. And we're going to do that probably also with some speed upgrades. These guys. Let's head back. We're going to give this thing a try and see how it works. Because theoretically, right? We've got a water bucket. We're going to put it right there. I can take the eternal water bucket and we can just right click on it, right? Actually, this is the wrong... Did we make... Oh, that's actually going to be kind of annoying. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick this back up. We're going to slash home. There's one of these things that takes latex. And I'm going to see if I can't dump all that latex out into it. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. Here, you take all of the latex out of here, please. Can't drain. Okay, 18, so it's still got more in it. Can I just, like, drain it? I just need to get rid of the latex in here, and I don't know any other way to get it out. Maybe if I set it down and I used a water bucket on it. Or just, you know, buckets. Thank goodness. Okay. We're good to go. We're good to go. We're going to try to set this up now. And I really do think this may have been one of the biggest brain things I've thought of so far. I hope it is. I really, really do hope this works exactly how I want it to. So universal pipes we're going to have there, but we're not going to set it up quite yet. So like I was saying, you can right click this thing and it'll put it in there, right? So what I want to do, I want to take the modular router, set it there. I want to take this activator module. I want to tell it to activate in front. And I don't care about anything else. So we're going to throw the activator in there. We're going to throw the water in there. It works. It works. We have an infinite water source. So now we throw the speed upgrades. Now the question is what it does when it fills up. Like, is it going to keep going? Is it going to say it doesn't have enough? Is it going to flood the whole area? Because I could see basically all of those being a legitimate option for what's about to happen. And honestly, I'm kind of curious which one. Like, I am actually very curious if I'm about to flood the whole area. No, it just stops. Ah, I mean, could it be any more perfect? I think the only thing we forgot to power was this guy. This guy need power. No, it's solar powered. We don't have to worry about that. All right. We've at least got 3 out of 4. The only thing we're missing now is the fission fuel. So let's go back. This is what we're trying to make long term. We're going to do that through that one thing we have over there, nuclear waste, which we have to have. Fission fuel. So that's got to go through either an isotopic centrifuge, uranium hexafluoride. That sounds complicated. I don't have any of those, so it looks like this is probably what we're going to go with here. All right. So we need to make whatever this guy is. Uranium hexafluoride. So hexafluoric acid, uranium oxide, chemical oxidizer, yellow cake uranium. So enrichment, we can automate all of that. Run it through the enrichment chamber to make this. And the only thing we may need is power, but we can have that out here as we automate it. So let's head back home, and we're gonna try to make whatever that big enrichment thing was. That's gonna be the start, at least, is figuring out how to make that. So this, we need nuclear waste, fission fuel, which is going to be this guy here. So we need to make this basic chemical tank, easy. Not that. This, that, this, that, this guy. We need 2 ultimate. 2 of these guys. Throw them in there. Gonna search for alloy because it'll be a little bit easier if we just do it like this. Just threw them back. Circuits, these guys. Then we're gonna look for alloys again. We need 2 atomics. Bingo, bango. That's all the atomic alloy we have, which means we're probably gonna need to make some more though. But in the meantime, we should have everything we need to make this guy, the isotopic centrifuge, which we are now going to take all the way back over and set up in the mining dimension. Hopefully, we just make all of this automatic and logical so that the port we're trying to run all of this in there, which is right there, just gets fed directly from the block that's making everything for it. That is a little far away. We're gonna move it. Put it like right there. Okay. The isotopic centrifuge. It does have some. We're gonna throw the flux point on top side somewhere. There. Yeah, it's got power now. Okay. So this is the isotopic centrifuge. It needs a pretty complicated selection of stuff inside of it. Uranium hexafluoride in order to make fissile fuel. So hexafluoride, this is going to be two things. Chemical infuser. We're going to need to make one of those. And we're going to need hexafluoric acid and uranium oxide. Uranium oxide, I think, is going to be the easy one, actually, because we have plenty of uranium, and that's just going to take a chemical oxidizer in an enrichment chamber. So let's start with that. Chemical oxidizer in an enrichment chamber. And then we have an ender chest already set up to automatically output all of the uranium we're creating, which we have a ridiculous amount of anyway. So enrichment chamber, this guy. Got one of those. Chemical oxidizer, I think, was the other one. Chemical oxidizer. No, this guy. A basic tank. We need a personal chest. We need barrels. Okay, we'll make that. Personal chest. Got it. Chemical oxidizer should now be good. The other thing I want to do is I want to grab some of these, because all of these are going to need power, and I don't want to have to mess around with power. We've got a flux point out here already. We might as well just connect it all up to the same power source. This is what we're working off of. Break that off. Ultimate universal. Power it up. You go there. We're going to run some down the line, and then flux point. We're going to connect the flux point right back up to it. Just like that. Now it's got power. No need to worry about it. For the next steps, the enrichment chamber was first. Chemical oxidizer was second. Why it's connected that way, I don't know, but I'm not too worried about it. Oh, it's got input and output though, so that's going to be easy. And then we run that directly into here, which means I'm going to turn this as well. Because I don't think it has to go in necessarily on those sides. But if it did, I think it would look prettier. So, enrichment chamber, I think we just put uranium in. So, let's grab and figure out which chest gets uranium. I think it's green. Unless I'm wrong. It is whatever that last, it's pink. Pink is uranium. But I think I turned it off. We're going to set it back up to where it gets uranium again. That ought to fill up pretty quickly. Yep. Alright, so I need a pink chest, which I actually already have over here, actually. That we're not using anymore for extreme reactors, because we turned it off. So, grab that guy. It should come with the chest and a diamond. So we'll have plenty of uranium. We've got the pipes and the wrench, everything we need there. Alright, head back. So, again, point is to streamline this. We want this to be simple as possible. Bingo bango. You're getting uranium, you're enriching it. You're gonna get whatever the yellow, whatever it is. Yeah. And you're gonna make that into whatever the heck. Uranium oxide, that's right. Okay. So from there, let's go back. There was a second thing we needed to set up. For polonium, nuclear waste, fissile fuel. This, you get that. So we're taking half uranium oxide, which is what we're making, and half hydrofluoric acid. Sulfuric acid run through a chemical dissolution chamber. Chemical dissolution chamber. So we're going to have to work on getting that. Then is it both of those things? Like I have to have fluorite? Oh my goodness. Water vapor. Interesting. That might be kind of difficult to figure out how to make. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to head home. And because we're down to one thing, and we made so much progress today, and I really want to wait until tomorrow to finish this up, I think we might call the stream there. I know it's really early, and that was a very short stream. But I don't want to finish too much of it up. I want us to give us some content for tomorrow, and then I want to blow everything up tomorrow. So the plan would be then, finish everything we've got, and then blow it all up tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. Because all we have left is 5 antimatter pellets, and then we're completely done, and we'll have all the mod stars. So I'm going to call it there. I appreciate all you guys watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I think the plan is to blow everything up, and I'm probably going to title all the streams "The World Ends Today," which is going to be really dramatic and really fun. And we'll probably have a timer and have everything set up like that for it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys very much for watching.